What's the way out? What is the way out for Muslims, the Muslim countries of the world, given that on the one hand, they have already signed the Human Rights Declaration, and on the other, they all know that some aspects of the declaration are not completely in line with, consistent with Islamic teachings? Well, there has to be a clear statement from Muslims that even though we understand, agree with, and promise to follow the letter and spirit of most part of the declaration, there are some areas where we have our own reservations because of the understanding of our religion, the understanding of our ideology. I think living in a world of confusion is not desirable. God doesn't want us to create an impression to others that we are what we are not. The Quran says, believers, لِمَا تَقُولُونَ مَا لَا تَفْعَلُونَ. Why do you say what you do not do? كَبُرَ مَقْتًا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. It is extremely annoying to God, أَن تَقُولُوا مَا لَا تَفْعَلُونَ, that you say what you don't do. So, a clear statement from Muslims must come, Muslim countries, that some parts of the Human Rights Declaration are what they will not be able to follow. And there should be a meaningful dialogue between Muslims and non-Muslims through different means. The dialogue should be in academic conferences, it should be in social media, through articles. Obviously, the non-Muslims, particularly those who are concerned about human rights ideals, will have their questions, concerns, criticisms. It is the duty of Muslims to understand their religion properly and to communicate to others what they think is the right point of view. And this dialogue should take place in an academic manner. There should be no allegations. There should be no strong words. It should be a polite exchange of arguments, of information, and an attempt should be made to understand each other rather than to accuse, undermine each other. And that is going to be helpful for all parties. And that is what Muslims must make sure should be introduced as a way of communicating ideas. So that if we are disagreeing with others in some areas, we must tell them why is it so and what are our arguments and reasons for our ideals. And obviously, this dialogue cannot take place unless there is a very clear, honest guarantee given by all sides that the dialogue is in no way going to be of any consequences to others. There's going to be no reaction. Nobody is going to be threatened. And it is going to take place in a peaceful, academic manner. Unless this guarantee is given, no meaningful dialogue can take place. And obviously, if there are people who, while going through the process of discussion, of communication, are using a language which is impolite, then there should be a good way of communicating it to others. But there should never, ever be any strong, harsh reaction that is threatening of some serious physical consequences, threat to somebody's life and existence, which obviously is going to be the very last thing that people would want to have in a process where they are trying to understand each other. So tolerance and understanding is what should be done in a way that both sides or all sides are making an earnest attempt to empathize and to understand the other point of view, so that there is progress in dialogue and there could be agreements reached on the basis of the differences that are there.